Hello and welcome to IFL's Crafternoon on Facebook. Today we're going to be making a fuzzy Christmas bulb for our front door. For this project you will need yarn, a foam disc, cardboard, foil, craft wire, scissors, marker, wire snips, and we're going to use a hot glue gun, so be careful. Our first step is to turn this into this. You can use your favorite way of making pom-poms. If you need a refresher on how to make pom-poms, look back at our video called Pom-Pom Wreaths from earlier this year. Next, we're going to get our ornament base put together. So the first thing we need to do is make the metal topper of our ornament. For this, I'm using a piece of cardboard. I'm going to place my foam disc on top of the cardboard and just trace the edge of the foam disc. And then cut that on the line that I used, and we're going to keep the top part as the top of our ornament. Now I'm going to cover this in foil so that it has that nice silver top that we see on bulb ornaments. I'm just going to wrap this in foil. You don't actually have to use any type of glue because the foil will just wrap right around that cardboard and stay nice and tight. Now we're going to need to add the metal loop to the top where we would add the hook. So I'm just taking a regular glass and using that to form the metal wire into a loop. Once I have it around the glass and twisted, I do want to make sure that I leave some extra on the bottom so that I have a stem. This stem is going to be pushed into the styrofoam to hold this to the styrofoam. So I left about 2 to 3 inches down there. Now I'm going to put this on the back of my foil covered cardboard, and I'm just going to use hot glue for this. As you can see, I'm leaving the extra down below because like I said, that's going to go into the foam to hold it to the foam. I am using quite a bit of hot glue for this because I want to submerge all of the wire into the hot glue so that it sticks really well. Okay, now that we have the top of our ornament put together, we're just going to slide those metal wires down into the center of our styrofoam disc, making sure that the cardboard is tight against the styrofoam. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue to the back of this because this is how we're going to hang it, so we don't want that foam disc to fall off. Now it's time to start adding our pom-poms. You're going to do this by adding hot glue to one side of your pom-pom and pressing it into your foam disc. You can add your pom-poms in any pattern that you want. I'm using 4 colors, so I'm going to make my ornament have 4 stripes. I'm starting with silver down on the bottom, and I'm just going to add the pom-poms so that they're close together but not overlapping. I want my ornament to be very fluffy, so I need to have a lot of pom-poms on there. Now, as you can see, I just pull the pom-pom all around so that I have a flat edge to add my hot glue, and then just place it and push it down into the foam. Now, since I'm using a foam disc, I want to make sure I'm covering the edges of the foam disc as well. So I'm going to add glue to the pom-pom, and this time I'm going to just tip my foam disc up and push it right onto the edge so that none of the foam is showing. Now you can see I have all of my pom-poms on there, and you're going to just want to trim off all of the excess strings so that they're all the same length, and you don't want anything sticking out. And you're going to use your fingers to just fluff up your pom-poms to make them nice and fluffy. To finish this off, I'm going to add a sparkly bow at the top on my wire hoop. So I'm just going to use red and green sparkly ribbon and tie that into a bow. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue. Press that bow on there. And we have a beautiful fuzzy bulb to hang on our front door. Stay safe and see you next week on IFL's Crafternoon on Facebook.